are completely over glow up culture right now and it all just feels very redundant, good. Being fed up means you are actually closer to a real transformation than you think. Glow up culture in our society has this constant push to tell us, look prettier because what you currently look like is just not enough. Be softer because you still have attitude. It's not soft enough. Or wake up at 5 a.m. because 7 a.m. is just not disciplined enough. When a woman's shortcomings are constantly highlighted and if she does not have the mental strength to block that noise out, she starts believing the lie. If the lie is lazy, she starts believing that she's lazy. She starts believing the lie that she hasn't found the right routine. She starts believing this lie that, well, maybe I need to model myself after somebody else. Don't you see that's the flaw in the formula? The real glow up is not about portraying a woman who has it all figured out. It's about becoming the woman who can find herself, even through all the imperfections, without shaming herself. Finally, you are fed up and you are disheartened by the glow up narrative that is out there, which means that you have had enough. And when a woman has had enough, she finally starts moving in ways that only benefit her. Glow up fatigue actually gives us a very beautiful gift on the back end, and that gift is the gift of feedback. Unfortunately, most women don't recognize it as that. When fatigue sets in, we immediately assume failure. Instead of questioning the system, we start questioning ourselves. And you better believe if you start questioning yourself, you're going to jump straight into the negative questions. So you might start asking yourself, well, maybe all of this is just too vain. Maybe this is superficial. You may even think like, damn, is it even worth me doing this whole glow up thing at all? Like, should I just stop caring? The moment those thoughts start taking over, whatever momentum we had, it collapses. The fatigue starts turning into frustration. The frustration starts turning into disengagement. And eventually we just completely disconnect from the idea of a glow up at all. The problem is not that you're lazy. Okay, trust me, you're not lazy and you never fell off. The problem is the formula that we were handed and that we've been following this whole time. Most glow up formulas out there, they say what? They say do more, buy more, perform more, perfect more, and eventually you'll arrive. But if that formula worked the way it was promised, you wouldn't be exhausted by now. You'd be fulfilled already. I want you to think about a glow up formula that at a point in time had you completely hooked. The one that had me hooked for the latter part of 2024 and a majority of 2025 has been the feminine glow up. Now, here's my take on the physical glow up. I have been burnt out on the physical glow up stuff for quite some time. Like, we get it. You can turn yourself from an ugly duckling to the belle of the ball in 24 hours by adding a little face of makeup, a cute outfit, put in some weave, braids, or whatever other extensions that are out there. Like, yes, we know that. We're tired of it. Moving on. With that feminine glow up, my focus shifted and it started being on, okay, I want softer skin. Like, I really want to elevate my hygiene routines. I wanted to keep a little bit of focus on my style still. Like, I definitely wanted to continue growing in my chic minimalist style, but more importantly, overall, like getting away from the physical aspects, I wanted to just overall carry myself differently. I wanted to start moving through life with more grace, more intention, especially when it came to my daily rituals, my energy, just my overall presence. Here's where the shift happened. The fatigue didn't set in because I was doing too much. It set in because I realized that what I was consuming or what I was learning from at the time, it wasn't an embodied femininity. It was a performative femininity. After settling in for some time, I had to stop. Like, well, wait a minute. I'm not just learning the softness here. I'm performing it just like the way that I am seeing it done. I found myself associating femininity to purchases. I found myself collecting like a plethora of different routines instead of taking the time to understand myself and understand whether or not these routines actually fit into my current lifestyle. Somewhere along the way, the glow up just stopped feeling personal. It started feeling more like a presentation. But let me be very clear about something. This actually had nothing to do with performing for the internet. Like, it wasn't like I started creating more content to try to impress anybody. I wasn't trying to curate an image to try to keep up with that was fake or different from what I am on the day-to-day. I was literally just performing for myself. I was performing for the girl in the mirror. I was trying to convince her that she had evolved. I mean, putting on a complete show, all the while still feeling completely disconnected inside. I was checking the boxes, okay? I was checking the boxes. I was following the formula. I was doing everything that was supposed to work, and yet the deeper connection never showed up. When the glow up becomes something that you have to prove to yourself instead of something that you're anchored in, it does create this very quiet exhaustion. Not the loud burnout that we're used to, but the kind where you can still look put together on the outside, but you can feel very far away from yourself on the inside. If it turns into a performance, your nervous system will never get to rest because you're not becoming anymore. You're trying to maintain. Maybe you did curate an image, and don't feel bad about it because a lot of people do, but when you curate that image, it becomes something that you have to maintain. You have to maintain the routines. You have to maintain this version of yourself that you created under a lot of pressure. If you are stuck in maintenance mode, your image can't evolve organically. At that point, you're sustaining, and that's exhausting within itself, and that's the reason why you never felt that feeling of fulfillment within your glow up process. Glow up fatigue is your nervous system finally saying like, okay girl, this is not alignment. You are definitely overstimulated and now you're trying to overcompensate. Trust me when I say you cannot afford to miss this feedback when it presents itself. Fatigue isn't the failure of your glow up. It is just the moment where your body is saying, look, this formula needs to change. I want you to think of glow up fatigue like the climb on a really tall roller coaster. That very slow clicking ascent as you make your way up that hill on that roller coaster, think of that as being performative glow up. Hold on, girl, I'm creasing. Let me go ahead and shut my eye. The performative glow up, that's the routines, right? That's the rules. That's that initial feeling where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm motivated. I'm excited. I feel like I'm actually doing the work that I need to do. But the higher you climb, the heavier it gets. You start questioning yourself, and sure enough, that fatigue starts setting right on in. But then something happens right before that big drop. We already know that fear and fatigue are present, but clarity starts colliding with fear and fatigue. And the thing about it is the clarity begins to overshadow the fear and the fatigue. Have you ever heard somebody talk about their breakthrough moment and the way that they explain it is, I don't know, something just clicked? That's what they're talking about. That's the moment when your values begin to outgrow your habits. Your identity outgrows the need for aesthetic. Your nervous system gets tired of chasing validation disguised as self-improvement. I'm telling you, once that realization hits, life moves fast. Just like how you drop down that roller coaster and you are going at full speed. Decisions become clearer, boundaries feel more natural instead of being forced, and then you don't feel like you're forcing your alignment anymore. You just authentically feel aligned. Most glow up conversations miss giving a very key point. I won't miss it. I refuse because I'm not going to do y'all like that. And that key point is, in the glow up, there is no final destination. There is no moment when you arrive and you suddenly feel complete forever. It is not going to happen. One of the best things that we have working in our favor right now is that we have nothing but open road in front of us. And when we realize that there's nothing but open road, we finally see that we have the freedom to create a life that feels good for us individually, you for you and me for me. Okay, I'm just gonna finish my makeup and finish my hair. This is clearly not a good filming spot for me. I will never do this spot again because I just simply cannot configure this to get the lighting right. So let me finish and we'll wrap up the conversation before I get extremely irritated. I know, girl, it's giving jump scare. It's definitely giving jump scare because I told y'all I was gonna finish my makeup and come right back. Life happened. The glow up fatigue is what actually wakes you up to that reality. And once we start seeing the flaw in the formula, everything starts to shift. You stop asking, well, what can I add next? And instead you start saying, well, what can I remove from what I have going on right now that is causing me exhaustion? Stop chasing who should I become, and instead you start anchoring into, well, who am I when I'm actually calm? Who am I when I'm actually at peace and when I feel grounded? Your pace changes not because you've given up, but because now you finally trust yourself. So you can move slower now, but you're moving stronger. You choose less, but you choose better. You glow differently, not louder, but deeper. Your habits begin to align naturally. Your style starts to feel more intuitive instead of being strategic. Your routine starts supporting your nervous system instead of stressing it the hell out. And the most powerful shift of it all is that you stop trying to prove your glow up to yourself. And that right there is the rewrite. Not becoming unrecognizable to others, but becoming unmistakably yourself. That's when your power of choice returns. Like when I finally got my power of choice back, I felt completely liberated. For the first time, I wasn't reacting to a formula. I was just simply responding to myself. Honestly, I think that's when I finally understood what the feminine glow up meant for me. My femininity, it wasn't something that I had to perform. It wasn't something that I had to purchase either. It was very instinctual. Not only instinctual, but it was intellectual as well. It lives in how I process the world, how I move through the world, and how I make decisions for myself. I didn't need to wake up earlier to be more feminine. I didn't need a new routine to feel worthy. I didn't need to look the part before I actually felt the shift in my life. My feminine glow up is solely about trusting my intuition, and not only trusting my intuition, but how I honor my energy, how I listen to my body. Once it clicks, your life will automatically start organizing itself around you. Just like time and space, things shift when the center changes. Once you move through glow up fatigue and you finally do reach your breakthrough point, you kind of begin to see the truth. And the truth is that glow up culture has been flawed from the very beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and say it out loud. I feel like it has a way of treating women like projects instead of actual people. It assumes that if you just optimize harder, if you discipline yourself more, if you follow the blueprint to the T, that you'll finally just feel whole. But for many women, I am sorry, it is just never that simple. Women who are 30 plus, women who are mothers, women who are carrying grief and responsibility and real life experiences, we are not blank slates. As a woman in my 30s and a woman who is a mother to 3 children, I can tell you from firsthand experience, we are layered. Most of these glow up formulas do not account for the burnout that happens from being a mother, right? That motherhood burnout, it doesn't account for that. It also does not account for the identity shifts that we can experience after having children, or the career transitions, especially for the woman who had to put a pause on her career because she had life going on, period, point blank. As a woman, the most important thing we need to remember when we are talking about a glow up is that the formula is not there to define you. It's only there to show you what's possible. It introduces ideas or options and pathways that you can take for your personal transformation. Experiencing the breakthrough is what teaches you how to apply those possibilities to your life at your own pace, within your reality, while making space to process your experiences instead of bypassing them. 2026 is literally days away. And if you are feeling glow up fatigue right now, sweetheart, I am here to tell you, you did not fail. And I also don't want you to quit. I want you to start paying attention to what your fatigue is trying to tell you, because it's trying to tell you something. You can still have the glow up that you desire, but this time it will be on all of your terms and it'll finally feel like home. And on that note, that is all that I have for you guys today. Again, I'm so sorry for the jump scare. I know, actually it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Anywho's, thank you guys for coming to hang out with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, until next time, I'm going to sleep. Bye.